hop into it, I suppose. I guess I'll switch my screen here while you're waiting for it to download.
Directly.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. I'll set a timer so I don't go over too far. Alrighty. Well, this, of course, is the program. It's called GIMP. It's a lot like a program called Photoshop. Have you ever heard of Photoshop?
Yes.
Okay, it's very similar. Photoshop's a lot better, I think, but this is free, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
So it's pretty similar, but hopefully they'll make it even better. It's sort of an open source program, but hopefully it has gotten better, I've heard, but hopefully it'll get even better at time. It can be a little quirky at times because it's free, but it's not so bad. Okay, so this is the main screen, and when you are starting with this program, what you want to do, of course, you want to open up a file. You probably are familiar with this, and you just click on File, and then you go to File, New. And can you see the screen that says Create a New Image?
Yes.
Okay, for that, you just want to have it, usually the width I would say should be 1920 by 1080. So 1920 width by 1080 height. Did you get it to open on your computer?
It's opening.
Okay, it's opening there. Okay, well, I'll wait for you. You can let me know when it's open.
Okay.
Yeah, are you starting back to school soon?
I don't know yet.
Don't know yet. When does your school start?
August 17th, but I don't know
Ooh.
if it's online or like in school.
Yeah, everything's so up in the air, I think, this year. Yeah, where I'm at, I think they're going to do both, maybe. I think some schools are doing online, some are doing both. But I think if people, keep catching it, I think they may send everybody home, possibly. Which I think is probably what's going to happen. And it's probably the best thing to do for now. And then once it passes, then everybody can, go back to school.
It says I have to pay.
It says what?
I have to pay.
You have to pay. It shouldn't. Did you? Let me see here. It should be it's a free program. It shouldn't be asking you to pay anything. Did you download the latest release? I guess. Version 2.10.20.
Yeah, I'm downloading it. I downloaded.
It could be asking for maybe a donation or something. If that's the case, I just skip that and just download it. Some programs that are free, they ask for optional donations, but I don't recall it doing that the last time I used it. All right. Did you get it to open at all?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's opening, I guess. I hope it works.
Okay.
It's opening. Opening GIMP.
It's opening?
Yeah, it's opening, but it doesn't.
Did it finish downloading to your computer?
Yes.
It shouldn't take too long to open. That should open up pretty quickly.
It brings me to the store.
To a store.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. That's
Can
kind
you
of
do this on
odd.
an iPad?
You should be able to. Let me make sure to. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have like if they have a. Let's see. What do they have? Windows, Linux. Yeah, I guess you should be. Well,
Okay.
well, yeah, I guess they do have like a OS. Yeah, I think you can do it on like an
Okay.
iPad. You have to
Okay.
you
Then
have
I'm
to
gonna
download a different version or something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've never used it on an iPad. I don't have one.
Okay.
I'm thinking about getting one though, maybe or something
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
I'm using a tablet actually connected to my computer.
Oh.
Drawing tablet.
For my computer or like this thing, it brings me to like this part.
Let me see. Listen, can you get you to share your screen here? Stop.
Okay.
Let me see what you're getting.
It gets me to here. Like this part. Like there's like a shop you have to pay.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I've never been there. Did you go to gimp.org?
Yes.
Downloads, huh? That's weird. Let me see what it is doing there. Because mine is a little bit different from what you have there. Where's it downloads at? Let me show you mine here. Hopefully. That's kind of weird. Yeah, maybe just go to gimp.org and that downloads. Let me show you my screen.
Gimp.org.
Yeah, it should look like this right here.
Yeah, it looks like that.
The main screen, and just click on download at the very top.
Okay, I press download and then it takes me to the same spot where I went to.
Let me check it out. Maybe they changed it. This is what I'm getting here.
Yeah.
Okay, then you probably want to click on the orange one, I guess. Let me see. Let's see what's doing.
I clicked on that and then I downloaded it and then it sent me to the store.
I don't know. Well, it should be downloaded somewhere on your computer. Did you get to open it? You might have to look for it in your download section of your computer or documents. It should be in your download folder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Downloads. Okay, I found it.
Okay, and then click on it.
And it should set up. Set up.
I'll go back here.
Okay. Open. It opens the shop again.
That's weird. I don't know why. Maybe it could be once you open the program, it could be bouncing like some kind of link to a shop online. Did it finish downloading at all?
It finished downloading, but I just can't get in. It has to like, it needs me to like download, like buy it.
Yeah, it's free. I don't know why it's asking why are we doing that? Because I already we downloaded it, I think the other day. Maybe it's be something you're connecting with. Maybe I don't know. Okay, but I'll go through it anyway with you just to show. All right. Well, let me go back to this screen here. And hopefully, oh, is that the right one? All right, can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, well, anyway, when you want to create a new image, you should go to 1920 by 1080 and then you want to choose pixels, and of course, pixels are like little dots on the screen. That's what makes up all the pictures on the computer. They're made up of little squares and numbers. So you want to usually choose pixels. You can also choose inches or something else like yards. Like you can make it like a 8 by 10 sheet of paper. But usually I just pick pixels for this one.
Okay.
And you want to say okay, and that will open up a sheet like that. And over here in your tool area or your toolbox, you have a color swatch or two color swatches. So you see the cursors at there, okay? And you have black and you have white. The black color is the color that you use for, I guess, your drawing, your painting. That's your primary color. The
Okay.
color in the back, the white color is the color that your background is going to be. So you usually want it to be, but you can also click on these. If I want to change the background, I could click on it and I could choose a different color by scrolling up and down this sort of color dial. I could move it around in here to pick a certain color I liked, and I could change it. I could say okay. And if I open up a new, yet another page, it's going to make it that color from now on.
Oh.
And the cool thing also about this program is that as many files as you want to open, you can pretty much open. Like I have the one I opened the first time with the white background, and then this one with sort of the lavender background. And I could also import files as new files here, and I could go back and forth between the two with this program, which is a pretty cool feature, I think. That's something they did pretty good. With I'll go back to the white background now. And the same thing with your colors. I'll just choose the paintbrush tool because that's pretty much the most obvious one. Okay, the paintbrush tool, it works like paintbrush pretty much. It's pretty smooth. You have your tool options here in the box, and once you connect on a tool or hit a tool, you'll get a tool options box. It's usually down below. I'll leave it here though. And then it lets you choose the settings for the tool. So a couple things you want to really be aware of is like the opacity. That's like how I guess you could say transparent it is or how see-through it is. Right now it's at 97%, so you can see it's pretty dark. You can't see through it, but I could actually go down and then I could make a line that is pretty see-through by just playing with the opacity. Can make it very thin. Yeah, do you have a question?
No.
Okay, all right. And the brush tool, that is down here too. Let me show you where's that at. Brushes.
I have a similar app like this one, but it's
You
not.
do?
It's for iPad.
Ah, okay. What's it called?
Procreate.
Oh yeah, Procreate is a really good program. It's better than this one actually, but this is not so bad. All right, I think Procreate is a lot easier to use probably for what I've been thinking about getting it.
But
Maybe.
it's like similar.
Yeah, yeah. And for the for the brush sizes, you can change the size of your brush. And I'll just change the opacity back. So usually you want to have it for a regular brush size. You want to have it at about, so we can drop that down lower. You really have to drop it down lower. Usually around, I'll say 2 or 3 is a good brush size for drawing. And you can raise it up a little bit. Now, if you raise it, say to there, it's going to be pretty large. So
Yeah.
you raise it halfway, it's going to jump suddenly to a really large brush. So that's the tricky thing about it. But otherwise, it's pretty good. And with the pencil tool, pretty much does the same thing, except with the pencil tool, of course, it's not as smooth. It's a little more, I guess, chunky, a little more angular when you're drawing with that. It's not as smooth. It's like a pencil's tool, basically, like a pencil. I'll go back here, slide that down a bit. And let me see if I can slide this up better. Okay. You also have your eraser tool. it's set up the same way where you can go into the tool options box and you can raise the eraser size. And now I'm using my lavender background. Forgot about that. I have to change that. I can go here, go and choose white, or I could go right underneath my color swatches. There's a little tiny color swatch that's black and white, and that'll take me back to where I was in the beginning. And then I can erase all of this with the eraser tool. So with the eraser tool, you can have a large eraser or a very small eraser. What else? Also, let me go back here. I'll go back to the brushes, actually. Also, with the brush tool, you can have a choice of brushes, which are on the far right side. There's a little box here for brushes. If you can see, you can choose different kinds of brushes. So you can sort of do stamping with it. This looks like you can add texture to different kinds of brushes from this box. And I'm pretty sure, like Photoshop, you can probably add your own brushes. I'm thinking as well. I haven't done it before, but usually you can with Photoshop. Then what else? Another important tool here. Let me erase this. Now I'm just using one of the random brushes I chose to erase with as well.
Okay.
And with the eraser tool, that can also be a drawing tool. Like you can draw something and you can use your eraser to change the mark making with it as well. So it becomes a tool in itself for making art, not just for getting rid of art. Also, you have the rectangle tool here. And with the rectangle tool, and all of this is done with a left click of a mouse. I'm using a stylus, but you just left click and hold and drag. Here I'm using a stylus. I'm going to drag it out for my rectangle, and it's highlighted, and you can kind of see the dancing ants or marching ants going around the surface of the box. And so what you can do once that's done, you can click on your paint bucket tool over here, and then I can fill that shape with a color like black, for instance. Okay. And then what that's going to do, it's not going to allow like the black color to go anywhere else on the area of this canvas. So I can also go there. I don't want to keep it this way. I want to deselect this so I can keep painting. I'll go to select and then to none. And then I could even choose a different color. I'll just choose red. I'll say okay. I can choose the paint bucket tool again, and I can click on the area outside of that black box, and that's going to make that whole area around there red. Okay. Now another thing you can do with the rectangle tool, I'll choose again. I'll choose a different color, maybe yellow. Okay, maybe sort of a yellowish color. You can choose the rectangle tool, and I'll just make it again, and your paint bucket tool, and add color. All right, and of course it's sort of controlled again by your toolbox. And I'll go back here. I'm going to choose the rectangle tool again. Okay, and you have at the top, you have these sort of 3 or 4 sort of little red squares here within the tool options.
Yes.
Okay, now with this one, let me see. That's the original, I believe. And kind of hard to see. Use my mouse. Okay, with this one, yeah, I'll use that, I think. Okay, with this one, the second one that's chosen, you can actually add a second box on here that intersects like so.
Oh.
And then I can choose the paint bucket tool again, and I can connect those two boxes together. So now these two boxes are linked together as one shape. So that's an interesting thing you can do with, if you have that one, that little red icon, the second one marked, I can add another one if I wanted to. Choose the paint bucket tool and boom. So you kind of can create graphic shapes this way. Almost looks like an old video game background or something. And I will say again, deselect or select none. And I'll just switch over here, go to the lavender one, play around with that. The Ellipse tool does the same thing, or oval tool. You can click and drag to create ovals or ellipses that are selected. And again, you can click on your paint bucket tool to fill the shapes. And this one again, I'll click on it. The first one is just for making regular ellipses around. And again, the second one, we fill that as well. And again, the second little red box here, red square, is when you want to join your ellipses together. And I'll add a color. So you see it's all one shape now.
Yeah.
And again, select none. All right. And what else did I want to show you? Let's see what else. Oh, I guess I can kind of, maybe I'll try this one. The fuzzy select tool. Again, that just selects everything, selects your shapes. If you draw a shape, it will select it if you hit it with the magic wand tool. And then you can change color again to change that around if you like. And what else? Airbrush tool works pretty much like an airbrush. You won't, let me deselect that, of course, because it's not going to work if something else is selected.
Okay.
All right. Go to the airbrush tool here again. Okay, it works pretty much like an airbrush. So the more pressure you put on it, the more you're going to be able to see it. And also if you increase it, the size of it, the more you're going to see it as well.
Okay.
Okay. If you draw very lightly, it's going to be thinner. The harder you press with your mouse or with your pen, it's going to be a bit darker, just like a regular spray can of paint or like an airbrush, which is what it's mimicking or acting like. And let's see, I think that's the ink tool there. Yeah, looks like an ink pen tool. And let's see what else. This is another pretty cool tool. It's basically the smudge tool. So this is like, I don't know if you work with charcoal or pastel before, you probably have, but your hands get messy when you have to rub things around. That's what this tool does with the smudge tool. So you can blend things with this tool. And I'm just using one of these brushes still in here. But I could change the brush and it will blend things together, allow you to spread the color around. And what else? You also have look on here, a blur tool. Okay, blur. I think this one, I haven't used this one in a while. It's not doing a whole lot, but it's similar to the smudge tool. There's something else here I want to show. Yep. And then you also have the dodge and burn tool, or dodge, yeah. Dodge and burn allows you, one of them I think it's I always forget which is which, but the dodge tool, I believe, is the one that allows you basically to sort of create a lighter section of color. And I think the burn tool is what allows you to create shadow.
Okay.
All right, and those are pretty much the basic tools that you need. There are a few others, but they're not that important. Foreground selection, alignment tool. Yeah, that goes more with type. I guess I could show you that a little bit. Text tool. Over here. Okay, I'll just say okay. That. With the text tool, you can type, tap, and you can should be able to start typing once you have that selected. And I'm just gonna maybe see if it's going to move. And it's not, it's going down for some reason. I don't know why. Let me do that over. Select. Or actually, I'll go to edit. This is also the way you can like get rid of stuff if you don't want it. Just go to undo And you can pretty much go back to all the way back, but it'd probably be a little bit tiresome to do so. So just be careful. But you can go to edit and undo to get rid of stuff that you don't want. Let me do this over with the type tool here, or text tool. Stretch it out. And then you should be able to type within. I'm just typing gibberish, no nonsense. All right, so that's basically how that tool works. And you can also highlight it by going backwards, so that once you have the little yellow rectangles around the letters, that means it's highlighted. You can change the color, what you're working with that way as well. Can't really see that, but I think you kind of get the idea there. All right, did you get to download? Did you ever get to download the program?
It's not letting me.
It's not still not letting you. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. I don't want to just open it again on my computer. If I had a different one, I would. But usually just go to just gimp.org, and then you go to that I think the red button there that we were at, and just say download, and then go back. Then you want to go to the orange one, download directly, and it should open on your page. I don't know why it's taking you to a site to buy it, because it's a free program, unless they want you to like upgrade to something. Some programs they ask for, try to get you to upgrade to spend money. But you shouldn't have to do that. I would say just delete it and off your computer, and then try to download it again when you get a chance. That might help out. Next time, just delete it, and then go directly to the red button on the first page, and I'll go back to it and show you again. Kind of have the idea there. Change this. Yeah, I would just go directly here, or you could click here, and it should take you to, that's what's going on here. Wish you well. Yeah, that's not really go there. Yeah, I haven't gone there either. Yeah, I would just go to the first one. That should be, that's one I used and what most students use. Then go to the orange button.
Downloading.
Yeah. And are you using you say are you using an iPad or what, or Windows or something?
Windows.
Okay, Windows. All right. Oh shoot, I'm using Windows. I don't know what's going on with that. Then once it downloads, sometimes you'll see it at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, at the bottom of my screen.
Okay, you can click on it and it should open. Just yeah.
Click.
If I open, it's probably gonna ask me to delete the one I have or something crazy.
Okay, so okay, I clicked on it, and then
Did I ask you about doing the setup? I'm just gonna say no, because I have it already. Do you want to allow this app
it says
to
opening GIMP, and then it takes me back to the shop.
I don't know. Just well, maybe have your parent look at it or someone at home, because it should just. I don't know why it's taking you to a shop. That's really weird. I didn't just open it now, but it asked me if I wanted to download it, open it up as a program. I just said no. But it should automatically open if you say, yes, open this program. Yeah, just try to get somebody home to try to open it for you. But I guess we probably better stop about here. Did you have any questions otherwise about the program?
No.
Okay, it's a pretty easy program. You kind of just learn by playing around and doing stuff with it. And if you use Procreate, you probably, this will probably be a breeze for you to use, I'm sure. All right, well, it's good chatting with you. I hope you have fun playing with the program. Maybe I'll see you in class soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.